Oh, the things that we have done in just a few visits to my little home by the sea. The things we've seen, the outings we've had, the sunsets we've watched, and the waterfalls we've visited. It's been amazing, considering we've only been here a handful of times. We've discovered new beaches, new walks. The dogs have had the time of their life. But it's the end of October. The season is finishing and there's still so much to do. Behind the scenes, I've been dealing with a van left for 2 years whilst we were shielding, and then a fuel crisis when finally we were safe to come. I've been dealing with a rotting balcony, filing back iron railings, and now it's the last week. I just beat the sunset and a rainbow greeted me with the setting sun. I have 1 week here and still so much to do to winterproof the caravan that sat virtually empty in 2020 and 2021. I have a week to winterproof her, fix her, to pack her up, close her down, and to say goodbye. I literally can't believe it's time to say goodbye. I'm soaking this magic in and making a plan for this final week. A list, an adventure list for the final week with work to do, but also adventures and seeing things and visiting places. Let's get going. And first, on a cold and blustery October morning, a walk on a beautiful beach. Our favourite beach, in fact, part river, part ocean, meeting on a path that the dogs adore. Walking on a beautiful beach, job done. Then as the rain lashes down outside, I wonder if I'm actually going to get any of the jobs done on the list, like paint the balcony, paint the railings. It seems unlikely. I've checked the weather forecast. So let's create something. I go to my caravan art studio and I start doing another oil painting for my toy tarot. And then I realise that the rain has stopped, so I rush outside. This balcony is too wet to paint, but the caravan isn't too wet to clean. It hasn't been washed for 2 years, and look at the state of it, mould and grime all the way round. The dogs were panicked, they couldn't see me for a second. And then after hard work, some play to one of my favourite places in the whole world, the art centre. I haven't been to an art exhibition for nearly 2 years. How I've missed this place. What an honour to get to flip through somebody's sketchbook linked to the work. I love it when exhibitions do this. This sketchbook really focused on the environment and the dangers. I just love seeing other artists' thought process and the way ideas are pieced together, resulting in final pieces. This exhibition was fantastic. I loved every second of it. I wanted to cry. I was so happy to be back in this wonderful art centre. I loved this piece on the wall. It was about animals becoming extinct. I loved all the little jars used. I loved the link to trees and lungs and breath and COVID. I just loved it. I loved this too. This was a goddess sculpture. It was called the Goddess, made from cardboard, lit up and painted. And then these strange shapes made out of stone and mixed media. I didn't know whether it looked like aliens or cupcakes. What an amazing display of sculpture. I was lost in joy at being out at my first exhibition for 2 years. These 3D maps and memory walks really were wonderful as well. I think these were some of my favourite pieces in the whole show, as well as a wooden crow skull. And in the bell jars, invisible killers, COVID, Spanish flu and the like. There were landscapes drawn from above, turned into 3D maps, and these boxes were just incredible. I lost myself in the inspiration they gave me, and I loved every second of it. Then in the second gallery, some amazing oil paintings, watercolours and lithographs, all based on landscape. This work took my breath away. If I'd have had, say, £2,000 spare, I would have bought a couple of these oils. I just loved this show. This has inspired me to get out and do some painting outside, to have a go at landscape. I just loved it. To say that this hour at the art centre was a treat is an understatement. But soon the play was over and it was back to work to put a much needed coat of wood stain on the balcony before winter hits. Let's hope this one coat saves it. And before we settled in for the night on day one, a walk with friends. My dog walking friends here in Wales, we'd arranged to meet up and to take the whole pack on a new walk, the other side of the river from the beach that we love. The dogs loved it. With their gang of friends, what fun they had. Three walks in one day with a whole gang of friends. I think it had tired them out. Let's open the red wine and settle in for the evening. Excited dogs on lead. Well, we've come somewhere totally different. By this really interesting old church, and we're in search of a new walk. Somebody told me there was an old bridge, and this old church here has got a ton of history. Look at the gateposts on it, wow! And that to come past this church is a really nice walk with a bridge. And for me, bridge says waterfalls. So we're in search of a new walk, and we're about 15 minutes outside Aberystwyth. I've just come through Devil's Bridge. Look at these old gates. There is a footpath. There's an old gate. Ooh, creek. won't let the dogs off yet because I don't know the walk. Oh, there was sheep on the path. Okay, we've got to get past sheep. So this is where the sheep have come out. And this down here is our path. The water just down there, but this is one hell of a walk with dogs on lead. The path goes, so it's quite a walk, but it's amazing. Nobody there. Luna, and then come on then. Come on then. Oh, wow. Wow. Guys, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? That is absolutely amazing. Quite enclosed in here because I can't find a way through, so okay. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's what we could do. Look at it. What do you think? Oh God, surely not. Surely this can't be a footpath. Literally, we just climbed up a mountain. I ended up on my hands and knees and then my bum at one point. I don't know how I'm going to get back down with the dogs. Oh my God, if you can't get through there, I'm going to be mad. So greyhounds and styles just don't go together, and after the climb up that mountain I had no strength to lift Rupert over, so I came back and we explored the church and it was so moving. So this is St. John's. For centuries it's been in this sheep farming country, and it was said to have been a sacred space for thousands of years, and there are original prehistoric stones that people believe were part of a sacred stone circle, and they're built within the church walls, and the church was built within the sacred circle. Other legends that have attached themselves to the church is that it was believed to be a hospitium for people travelling to the Cistercian Abbey of Strata, Florida. Food and beds and medicine were provided here if needed. But the story that really moved me deeply here, and I wasn't expected to be so touched, was that in this churchyard is the grave of the first recorded birth of quadruplets ever here. The 4 babies were born on February the 17th, 1856, but they all died from typhoid fever by the end of March 1856. And during that month, their father, their young brother and their sister also died. I immediately got transported into the feet of the mother. Oh, and I didn't feel like I could leave till I found the grave. And I left with tears in my eyes and promised to return. Isaac Hughes, March 1856, he was 52, the same age I am now. To Hugh, the son, he was 5. To the 4 infants, Margaret, Elizabeth, Catherine and Isaac. So these are the first quadruplets. And then Hannah, the daughter, she was 3. Oh my goodness me. Its inscription read, "From the same womb, the same day we came, from the same breast we suckled, in the same grave we lie together, on the same day we'll rise again." If you want to visit yourself, it's not signposted St. John's. And we got home and the dogs were worn out yet again. Day 3 is the day that was lashing with rain, so I went to the shops to get things to shut down the caravan with. Not this little phone that I brought with me, but salt to leave out and de-icer for the pipes. I ran the dogs around the field and then came back and did a couple of card slinging videos for the channel, and it was still raining. It's day 3 and it's lashing down with rain outside, so I thought I would stop in and on this video just say how I'm doing on day 3. What follows is a chat about why I've had to take some of the caravan jobs off the list because rain stopped play. But I think my whole point of going through the list today with you while it was raining was to try and explain why I'm sharing this list with you in the first place. It's almost like a form of self-love journaling, I think, a list. It's stepping into the kind of week that you want to achieve and the type of feelings you want to have got by the end of the week for things you've done, things that you've carved time out for. I am a recovering agoraphobic with post-traumatic stress disorder diagnosed. For me, things like go to an art exhibition, go to the cinema, well, that's just not a glib thing. That is a massively brave undertaking for me to reintegrate myself back into the world after really falling apart and losing myself. I am done sitting waiting for somebody else to save me. I am realizing that healing takes work, and for me this type of list is that work. So that's why I put things on like go and find a waterfall. I know that being outside, walking in nature and with the dogs and discovering new sights just heals that Sagittarian part of me that has felt trapped. So if you're like me, you've been stuck, you don't feel like you're doing anything, you feel like you've lost yourself, you feel like you're disconnected with the things that make you happy, or even you're struggling to do the things that you know will make you happy, then an adventure list might be the way to go. It doesn't all need to be scary stuff on here. It can be some really mundane stuff like paint some wood, and then, but you know, by the end of the week you've made steps of progress and steps towards healing. I think I've sat around waiting to land on me, and I'm beginning to realise it takes bravery to heal. It takes stepping into uncomfortable zones to heal. Journaling and writing things down and lists can be an act of self-love within healing. And because the list was shorter now, with all those jobs taken off, and for self-love within healing, I decided to go on another adventure, to go down to my favourite beach, but to walk beyond the beach and to see if I could visit the spooky house and the spooky woods on the hill that always gave off weird vibes. I could see somebody walking down a path, so I decided to explore and to see if there was a path, and I found one.
Come on then.
I love exploring. I've watched this house for a while, and for me it always gives off really, really spooky vibes, as do the trees. So I decided to go on a ghost hunt mission for spooky season. It was so much fun. I felt like I was entering the Blair Witch Project, and my spooky imagination ran wild. But stay tuned, because I did pick things up on camera.
It's like a moaning. Wow, I didn't really need sound effects. The woods and the history of the place could do it. I don't need sound effects as well. But there you go, we've got them. It's weird. I need a partner in crime for ghost hunting. Because maybe it's too dippy and maybe it would just run off. I need a partner in crime to come and be spooked with me, is what I need. Look, more spooky woods. Look at them. There's the house. Oh look, there is chimneys. Dogs are suddenly pestering around this fence. Come on, Liz, why are you pestering? Oh, they're really pestering just here. What are they looking at? Okay. Dogs started acting weird. Not a good sign when you're just level with the spooky house. So spooked, but I am. There's the driveway up. I'm not too sure where I am, and with the fading light I think it just might be better to go back the beach way, but that was really exciting. I'm definitely going to come back this way on another evening when I haven't got fading light. That was so much fun. Can you hear that noise? So this must be, oh that noise is so freaky. This road must be the road going up to it. I'm sure there is a way to link through to the cycle path which is down there, but it just means a bit of road walking. And Google Maps didn't show me how far. Luna, no. Oh, look, there's the house. Came up from here and we've come up to investigate what this is, and it looks like there's a road going up, so we're going actually into the spooky woods. It definitely comes up to the top. Wow, look, there's is our favourite beach, guys. How awesome is this? Look at this. Can I get down? That is some view. But I don't fancy going over the edge of there with the dogs. So we're going to go back through the spooky wood. I think it does go up there, but I'm the wrong side of this fence. Of course I'm the wrong side of the fence. Okay, dogs, let's go back. Talk about a path straight through the spooky wood. There's the house there. This is the path through the wood. I'm trying to get back down there.
And then literally at the last bit of the wood, I got really spooked and I stopped to ask if there was anybody there, and a little white light
here, I'd like you to make
appeared.
known.
Which, when you consider what I saw when I reviewed the footage back, all the white lights flying out of that same bit of woodland at me, it just makes you wonder what was going on, really. Day 4 started with weather like this, and of course you have to take the dogs for a walk first thing in the morning because you've got no garden to let them out into. A walk in this day 4. So instead some reading and some tarot study, followed on the evening by taking myself out on a Friday night date. The first time in 2 years I've been to the cinema, and it was brilliant. Only one full day to go. We met up with all our dog walking pals to play with and to rough and tumble with, and to go on a spectacular walk through the woods. This place is amazing. We won't see this bunch now till the season reopens in March, and how we're going to miss them. There were waggy tails all around as they played and played and played in this beautiful, beautiful place. This is why I will miss this place so much. It was a much needed break from all the cleaning. All I did all day was clean, 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 getting ready to leave tomorrow. What a final week it's been. And although I've been on countdown and ticking off my list, I still can't believe it's time to say goodbye. And so with the car packed to bursting, and after the nightmare of unhooking pipes and picking up anything that might go mouldy over winter, and with very nervous looking dogs around me, sad to be leaving too, I finally close the door and say goodbye till next time.